Welcome everyone. I hope that you all are doing so well. I am the Memory Astrologer, and I am so glad that we are back here and we are tuned in to another weekly series of the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. So before we begin, can you please subscribe and like the video below? And if you really love this video, can you please leave a nice and kind comment? This is, once again, the Memory Astrologer. And we are back again and tuned into the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. It's for the week of December 13th, 2021 to December 19th, 2021. Let's get into this beautiful offering. Alrighty, let's get into this beautiful message. I hope that we are all doing good today. This week is a lot going on. First off, we start off this week. And in this week, first things first, we start off this week on Monday, a beautiful, marvelous Moon Day Monday. So first things first, let's be very mindful of our emotions and how we are expressing ourselves, our confidence, our creativity, our overall essence of ourselves this week. Let's be very mindful of that. You feel me? There is just this overall energy of we need to be very mindful of how we are reacting, how we are sharing what our plans is, if everyone else's plans are really in divine order and in alignment with ours. Really allowing us to see people for who they are and who they are not. It's allowing us to, one, see the type of people we want to be and the type of people we don't want to be. So this is just something we should be very mindful of. And we end this week on the 18th, and the 18th, I believe, is a Saturday. Nope, the 18th is a Friday. We end this week on a beautiful Venus day with the shake-up for a full moon. A full moon. So this week has a lot in store for us, and that just means a lot for us to grow, a lot for us to understand, a deep thing. That's just really what it means, a deep thing. Whew. So before we are open to this message, let's take deep breaths, deep belly breaths. Remember to be calm, collective, and aware. Ooh. Calm, collective, and aware for this reading. Let's get into it. What is the message, the oracle message for this week? Okay. What is the oracle message for this week? Ooh, we were saying this is just the deep thing. Part of the deep thing. Period. Deep thing. Okay. Okay, I was just saying how we very much need to be mindful of how we are expressing ourselves, our emotions. We really need to tap into that heart chakra this week. How we are really feeling about ourselves, about situations, about what's really going on. Period. About ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. How do you define yourself? How do you define your own individual creative expression? What does that look like? Because that is your worth. Those are your values. That is your belief. Let's tap into our beliefs right now. This is actually the only card that, actually the only card that did not fall out and just stayed, on top, open, on top, all right, upright. That's the word. Sorry, I was really searching for the word, and that's the word, upright. This is the only card that did not fall upright, and that's worth. So maybe this week we're really trying to find and define our worth, and we need to really understand that other people impact our worth, our self-confidence, all that good stuff, but the fulfillment, the understanding, the whole That's internal. That's something we're going to have to work on internal. That's a deepening inside ourselves. Worth says, you have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. This series is called the Interconnected-ness. It's allowing us to find and venture to our own individuality and how that creative expression is found within everyone. Everyone has unique gifts, unique talents, abilities, magic within themselves, but that is a creative expression that we all have to go through. And that is something that our path is something that is defined personally, is defined just for us. No one can go through it. No one can go through it but us. This is something that we have to go through for our own sakes. We have to understand that we are a very tiny portion, but our tiny portion makes up the whole lot. The whole lot. Our tiny goals, our goals and aspirations that we're thinking of, that we're hoping and wishing on, those can grow into muster into huge ideas and businesses. Just like you're a tiny essence, but you make up the whole lot. You make up the group. The group is nothing without you. And right now we need to understand, who are we within the group? Who are we within our relationships? Who are we within our friends and within our career and within how we are growing? We are changing, we are evolving, we are deepening, and that's okay to not feel secure in who we are right now. That's really okay. It's just allowing us to grow deeper into these feelings, these emotions when they pop up. You know, when they pop up, we used to be like, girl, move out the way. We don't got time for that. And now we're just like, hold on. Let me hold space for this. This is holding space for ourselves. What does that look like? And I see you all have been doing a great and wonderful job at holding space for ourselves. And now this is the time to use all these tools, because we know our worth. We're just redefining it. We're just redefining it. And when we redefine it, we are understanding that we are actually tapping into the divinity within ourselves. And when we do that, we just have to understand that things end. Situations really show themselves, and you're just like, oh, this is really what's going on, and it's really okay. These are all character developments to allow us to be the highest version of ourselves. You know, we be playing in those games. We feel like we got to go through each step. You know, at first we had to go through level 1 to get to level 2. And when you go to school, you know, you go in freshman, come out of senior. These are just the steps that we have to go through to grow who we are at the core, to grow us soul levelly, to grow us divinity wise, to grow us spiritual wise, to grow us to the next level. We are all forever students, and this is just one of those character developments. It's teaching us compassion. It's teaching us the ability to detach, to see situations for really what's going on. To detach. Deepening says, once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. They bring the peace of God. The peace. P-E-A-C-E. But we gonna hold on to peace. The peace is within us. The peace is the little bits of ashe, the little bits of essence, the little bits of energy that is within us, the lights. And when we are growing it, sometimes we might feel like they're a little dim, but that's okay. They're growing. When they're growing, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And that's part of the deep thing. It's to allowing ourselves to find our light, allowing ourselves to find our creative expressions, allowing ourselves to find who we are and our self-confidence. And we're going to be really tapped into our root chakra. So I want us to really grow into what does our sensual being look like. Sensuality does not just have to do with being sexy. That's not the only forms of sensuality. That's discovering yourselves at a different layer. Maybe sensuality for you is now self-care. It's adding on to that layer of compassion, that love to yourself that you previously didn't know and didn't know how to do it and didn't know the importance of it. So here we're going to be really tapping into our memories, our sensual essence of ourselves. Also, I want to tap into this. We have a cat on deepening, and then worth is a whole tiger. You feel me? This is talking about the epitome of growth on all levels, growth on an unconscious level. So that's spiritual, that's soul level, but also on a physical manifestation here on earth. So we're seeing the collaborations, the growth that we've been doing mentally, and now we get to see it here on earth. Now this is our ability to reevaluate, because deepening is about reevaluating. Deepening is about seeing, detaching, and progressing, like surrendering, giving up to understand that, hey, maybe some of these situations are not in the benefit for the highest good of them all, aka me. Or seeing, hey, this situation is just not who I am anymore, and growing through it. And these are genuine okays. These are genuine okays. But this is also meaning we're also maybe looking at old memories of childhood and how they have shaped us, who we are at our core, our values. And this is now allowing us to reevaluate on the things that we've been programmed on. And now, tweaking it, redeveloping it, and making it your own. That's honoring yourself. That's growing your relationship to your siblings and your community and to your family. That might be finding out, what does family mean to you? Family don't always have to be blood. Family are the ones who make you feel, give you that emotional security, that fulfillment, that gives you that warmth and love and support that everyone needs. That everyone needs. Excellent. Let's keep on going with this beautiful message. So, divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others. To flow the Tao, the divine, at all costs. When we are growing our relationship to the deepening, and to ourselves, and to our inner core, our inner soul, the deeper levels of ourselves, it allows us to tap into what's going on with ourselves, tap into how it is impacting us and how it's impacting others around us, but also allowing us to be more open into awareness to the messages that are present around us. A lot of times we don't really see things because we are, just moving through life. And when we're taking space for our emotions and to ourselves, it allows us to hear when our body is going through things, so we're hearing the messages of our body, but also is allowing us to pay attention to the messages that are around us, the colors that are around us. What color you see on certain days? What does those colors mean? So right now we might be vacationing some places. We might be turning into solitude. So that might be listening to music, rain music, rainforest music, listening to birds, listening to calm music. We might also be returning to center. I'm seeing a lot of root chakra here. I'm seeing very much we're getting a lot of messages during our dreams. Not when we're inside our homes, but outside our home, we're getting a lot of downloads and messages. And that's allowing us to see things clearly. Grief, our heart. That's tapping into that heart and allowing it to be more open. And when we're open, that means it's breaking away of old blocks, old systems, old situations that just don't, involve us anymore. That doesn't hold us anymore. That could be relationships. That could be family bonds. That can be old hurts, old pains. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. Allowing ourselves to be open, to grow with the changes of what's going on, to grow with the changes of who we are developing into. It is allowing you to grow a deeper level of fulfillment, but also it's allowing you to let go of situations that no longer service you. What does that look like, letting go? What does that look like? Being emotionally vulnerable. Vulnerability is what allows us to know what we need to work on. It allows us to know ourselves. The overall this week, individuality, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We're growing a deep into ourselves. That's allowing us to open our creative expression. Who we are at the core, my girl. Who are you? Who are you? Beanie Man said, who are you, my girl? Are you paying attention? This is allowing us to grow who we are. Our friends are allowing us to see who we are. These are people we want to be with. Are these people we want to be with, yes or no? Are these groups you want to be in? No, you see it, girl. Let's go. Let's go. Let them know. Let them know. Individuality says every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. This path, your self-worth, your path to fulfillment, your path to the inner light, it's your own path. It's a path that only you can fulfill. It's a mission that only you can do it. And each obstacle, each lesson, each time we are growing our deep into ourselves, to our community, to our divinity, to the Creator, it's allowing us to add tools to our toolbox. These obstacles, these oops, these mistakes, these are all allowing us to grow who we are at the core. But to use these tools, so when new obstacles, new situations, new dilemmas, new fork in the roads pop up, we're more skilled mentally, spiritually, emotionally, to see a situation and walk right past it. Because we already know what to do. We've already been through this situation. We know who we are. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Last week, we was like, we got to work on sanctity. And look, you all have been putting in the work. You all have been letting go. You all have been seeing situations, progressing through situations, and letting go. Returning to center. What does that look like? How does that allow you to grow who you are? That allows us to be more calm. So when, situations pop up, we can see the situation, what it is, one, and move through it, strategize. It allows us to have our emotions in balance.